All right. What's happening? What's happening, y'all? Kenneth Wynn, I see you. Thank you for checking in, my brother. Well, listen, y'all. I really, I said I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do a show tonight. I'm getting fussed out. I ain't gonna say cussed out. I'm getting fussed out by my family at the moment because, of course, I said I wasn't doing a show tonight, but it's all good. Why? Because y'all. I mean, I got to do this because of y'all, because of the people who expect, because of consistency, for us to broadcast this show every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock, no matter what. And with that, Gerald Daly, my wild over there, 101st Street, my man. What's up, Lynn John Jerome Cook in the building? I see ya. Dallas Brown in the house. Hey, Vonda Powell, that's my girl right there. I believe in being consistent. And I want to say that tonight's show, and this was a last-minute entry, if you will, a last-minute thought. Hey, Kim Davis, how you doing, doll? Tim's in the house. What's happening? To talk about Big Brother Barry Heilich in the house, what we're thankful for, not only during this holiday, but what we're thankful for specifically within the Steppers community, y'all. I'm going to line some stuff out. We do a lot of complaining about stepping and steppers and different things that go on, but I want to talk about the good stuff tonight. Hey, Darlene Mans, that's my girlfriend right there, y'all. I want to talk about the good stuff. I'm tell the producer lady, that's my girlfriend right there. Hey, Darlene, man. Magnolia Crescent Orchards in the house. What's happening? What's happening? Ernest Gresham, I see you. I want to talk about the good stuff, y'all. I want to talk about, because it's actually been a really good year. And I don't know of any time where we've dealt with this community where there hasn't been some level of change, confusion, weirdness, growth, destruction. But overall, y'all, let's face it, this community is growing. It is constantly growing. It is constantly getting better. We are going to always have those growing pains. We got the Steppers community got stretch marks, y'all. how them the good places, the good things grow a little faster than they probably should, and it causes stretch marks, you dig? When you give birth to a baby, you get stretch marks. So look, stretch marks are a good thing, and we got stretch marks on the Steppers community, so that's a beautiful thing, and I think, everybody should keep that in mind. Brian Pollard in the house, what's happening? Fred Astaire in the building. Look, I need everybody to just take a moment and think about whatever your differences are throughout the entire community. Think about whatever your issues are, your questions are, whatever they are. I want you to kind of put them in a hat. Hey, Diane Harris, that's my cousin right there. Arjanelle Anderson in the building. What's up, Dallas Brown? I want y'all to put all of those little things in a hat and just kind of put them away for right now. Because I got to thinking, and it was my daughter, my executive producer, who said to me, she said, Dad, what are you going to talk about on the show tonight? And I said, well, I was thinking that I wasn't even going to do a show, and I was thinking to myself that I was just going to do a little brief overview of my past weekend and, cut it short and just let everybody know we're still here and we're not going anywhere, and provide just a little bit of information. So I'm going to start out right quick by recapping the weekend, something short. Excuse me. Ooh, I hate it when that happens. I had to sneeze and I can't. Anyway, right quick. We were in Houston this weekend, man. And we had a great time. Faces of Houston. Tracy Lacey, Bonnie Derrick, Devlin Rogers over there. Man, look, Houston knows how to put it on. My man, Cochise with the legendary Red Rooster. The original Red Rooster, legendary Third Sundays. We had a fantastic time over there, man. We kicked it real hard in Houston. My man Daryl Greenwood with the Steppers Lounge on Friday. Daryl Smooth Greenwood and Ron Brown. Houston is always a good time. I encourage any of you, when you have the opportunity, check out Houston on third weekend. It's off the chain. Dallas Brown, I see you. Amazing. Yes, hello. Chris is in the building. Hey, Chris Stanton, I see you. Marquita Hill. My man Dennis Howard Hodges, Pastor D is in the house. Y'all coming through, man. That's what's happening. Tim Ellington, I see you. So we had literally this whole month has been off the chain for us because, it was Poppy's birthday, the producer lady. And so we was running around, man. We've been all over the place. We hit Atlanta. We were supposed to hit Dallas last week, and I had to apologize to my man Devin Smith, one of them Texas boys from the Black and Bling crew, because we weren't able to make it to Dallas because we were under the weather coming out of Atlanta. But we did make Houston this weekend, and man, we had so much fun. It was a beautiful environment, and that's one of the things I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about my gratefulness for so many in this community, man. Ooh-wee. Some of y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing people. But right quick, so I had on this outfit this weekend, y'all. I don't normally talk about the fashion stuff. That's the producer lady's lane. But I had on this outfit this weekend, and it was a last minute decision because I actually bought that suit on some last minute type thing. And my wife, this is what happened. The producer lady ordered me I'm having a brain fart at the moment. An ascot. Now I had wore one when we were it was my first time ever wearing an ascot when we were in Minneapolis this year, down there for Denim and Diamonds. So she liked the look so much that she went and she bought me a pink ascot because her color for the weekend was pink. So she bought me a pink ascot. So I was trying to build an outfit around this pink ascot. And my favorite color is, of course, black. I usually always wear black. And I said, well, I'm going to change it up a little bit this time. So I found this suit, and the color was just really odd. It was a nice, like a chestnut brown. And I said, okay, that'll look good with pink. So I grabbed that. And she had braided up my hair the night before. And normally, when I'll take my braids down, I pick my hair out. Y'all know I wear the big afro. Well, my hair had this like kind of a weird, curl flavor thing to it. So I was like, I'm going to leave it just like that. And I did. And it turns out that in the midst of all of that, I got a lot of interesting reviews from this outfit. Now I'm going to show y'all what ended up happening. So next thing I know, we get back home, I got people calling me Frederick Douglass, y'all. So peep this right here. So that's me on the left, of course. And everybody else started, they were like, oh man, you rocking that Frederick Douglass. It didn't even occur to me, man, but I cannot think of anyone better to be compared to. So I want to thank those. I'm thankful for everybody who thought that I resembled Frederick Douglass. Thank you for that. So in the meantime, wait a minute, let me do this here. In the meantime, we have had a fantastic week, and we just kind of kicked it, and we had a really, really good time. But here's the thing, and just so y'all know, what? Over there peeking.
Thank you, everyone who came to celebrate with me in Atlanta and Houston.
I hope y'all heard that. I want to say, what's happening, Rashid? My man in the building. What's happening? I want to say, Sandra Davis, how you doing? I see you. Let me acknowledge my people right quick, because I got so many of y'all, man, coming through, and I appreciate y'all all. I want to tell y'all, that's what tonight's show is about. I want to let y'all know how much I appreciate you. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and actually do the show tonight, and it was not intended to be that long. And I'm going to still keep it short. But I figured what better time than for me to try as hard as I can to show as much humility toward all of you as I possibly can. Hey, Susu, that's my baby there. Kim Davis. I need y'all to understand something. T. Taylor Queen, that's my girl right there. What's up? When I do this show, there are days when I struggle. And I don't know if sometimes y'all can tell or not, but I get, my wife has criticized me at times for being as transparent as I am with my audience, but I'm going to always, because for those of you who know me, and a lot of y'all have known me for many, many, many years, and you know that when you meet Brian Forbes, what you see is what you get, always and forever. Nothing about me changes, on air, off air, in person, it doesn't matter. Facebook, when I'm typing, whatever, you get the same dude every single time, because I don't put on airs for nobody. And I believe in being transparent, because what I don't ever want to be called is a hypocrite. What I don't ever want to be recognized as somebody who either bends the truth or lies to people. I can't stand a liar. And I hate people who gaslight. The gaslight thing is, it's tiring. And I just don't have the energy for it. And the older I get, the less I just don't give a damn. I'm not gonna lie. Hey Bianca, I see you, baby. Thank you for coming through. DJ in the house. And so, and that's how and thank you, Rashid. I appreciate. See, that's how I got my DJ name, DJ Be Real. Daryl Smooth Greenwood, Pony Mac. That is a succession of DJs, and the reason I say that is because Pony Mac was instrumental in instructing Daryl on his DJ journey, and Daryl has been instrumental, as well as Pony Mac, in instructing me on my DJ journey. And I like to call Pony Mac my DJ granddaddy. But the fact of the matter is, in that regard, I come from good stock. Now, those are just a couple of the fellas that had their hands on me in my journey, and I appreciate them. I want to say that I'm thankful for those two brothers, along with the ambassador, Kevin Nevels, DJ Stretch, most definitely. Lots of helpful information. It's been an interesting journey for me. It's been a hell of a year with my DJing, DJ Mr. Mello here in San Antonio, and a few other people around the community that have absolutely, Myron R, DJ Shorty Smooth, who have put their hands on me in that regard, and acknowledge me now as a DJ. And when I get that from my peers, then I feel validated in what I do in that regard. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not one of them people that I'm real careful about, validation. Validation can get people in trouble. But out of my respect for the DJ game, I have to acknowledge those who make this what it is for us as a community, the cats that actually put in the work. So I'm thankful for those guys. But as I was saying, where we are in this community in regard to how we are all able to coexist and function as a big dysfunctional family, we do what we got to do. L Black Elam, I see you. Thank you for coming through. Lando Winter, how you doing? Tiffany Smith, Joyce Taylor. We all, without each other, we don't have anything. Sonia Johnson, how are you? We need each other in order for this dance to survive, thrive, and continue on. And I want to let all of you know that I am thankful for all of the people who have made a difference in each and every one of our journeys. There are many. There are too many to name. I will name some names, and others, you know who you are. I am fortunate that in as much as I complain sometimes about some of the people in my circle, you learn that you have to sometimes kick people out of your circle. Some people don't belong, and they tend to weed themselves out. As I like to always say, water seeks its own level. So we have to be careful sometimes about the people that we interact with. However, we must always remember, in the same vein, we must always remember that there's a lesson to be learned from even those who don't fit within your circle. I have people that had been around me who have taught me an awful lot. They've taught me a lot about myself, and they've taught me how to be better as a person. And what I mean by that is You know, there was a time where I was way more reactive than I used to be. And I want to give y'all a little bit of information about reaction. Reaction is a sudden and unexpected action, movement after an event, you know, sort of action reaction type thing, right? But what I want all of us to take under account is that we have to be more careful about not reacting to everything. It's like a counterpunch. Somebody punch you, you punch back. Punch, counterpunch, act, react. Rather than react, let's work more on response. Let's work more on responding. Now, what response requires is thought. We have to stop for 1 second, that split second, and think before we act in order to react, respond properly. That way, our response is not just something that happens. It's something that we've given thought to and we understand how to deal with something better. A guy was telling me the other day, he was going through something with his woman. They were having some issues, and it was always a big argument, always a back and forth with them. And hey, Mary Alicia Robinson, how you doing, doll? And he told me that they have a thing where they can't talk without arguing. So I gave him a piece of advice, and this is some old school marital advice for those of you who may be going through something similar. You got a problem with your spouse, your loved one, your significant other, whatever the case may be, and y'all argue all the time, and you can't figure out how to have a conversation without the bickering. Well, here's what you do. Each of you get out a piece of paper, or whoever has the grievance should be the first one to pull the paper out. Pull the paper out, pull the pen out. Instead of having that conversation, zip your lips. Write your thoughts down in a letter format, which is something we don't do anymore. Even if it's a text message, but better written. And here's why. Because when you write stuff, you have to think and respond through thought to what a person has said or done to you. Then once you do that and you hand it to that person, you must remember your words are now in print. They are now forever indelibly inked onto paper. So it won't be, well, I didn't say that. Well, I didn't mean that. Well, you had an opportunity to say exactly what you mean in writing after thinking and thinking about it in process to hand to the person that you need to speak with. Then when that person receives that piece of paper and they sit there and they read that thing and they say, okay, she said this, 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 and this. Now let me respond to this. And that person has to then take their pen and their paper to thoughtfully write down what needs to be said. And that stops a lot of bickering. Because let me tell you something. When you got to stop and think about what you're writing down, you realize how sometimes stupid you actually sound and how dumb you're going to look if you actually write down the stuff that would normally come out of your mouth. There's somebody that you're arguing with. If you can manage to do that with somebody that you love, trust me, things will change dramatically. That part is called responding, not reacting. Most people, when they argue, they listen only to respond, but not to solve the problem. You want to solve the problem? Get to the bottom, get to the facts, get to the real issues. So you don't get to talk about a bunch of other stuff in the peripheral while you're writing down your thoughts. You can write them in there, but you don't have an opportunity to give a whole big jumbled up, well, I feel this way and I don't like this and nope, write it down. You'd be amazed how much that accomplishes. Now, many people have taught me a lot of things this year. I feel as though I've grown tremendously. There was a time when I would have reacted to particular things in a more dramatic way. Daryl Smooth Greenwood is in the building, my man. The collaboration is real, my brother. And because I have matured, I can honestly say that at the age of 58, I'm finally maturing. I'm handling things a little differently these days. What I care about has changed dramatically. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of these wonderful, wonderful relationships that I have developed. I am thankful for a lot of the relationships that have gone by the wayside. There are many who were completely useless to me. And in as much as I am a compassionate person and I try as hard as I can to show integrity, and particularly even when people who are being or have been discussed and that type of thing are not around, one thing you can honestly say about me is that I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Anything you hear come out of my mouth about anybody, I have zero problem saying it in any forum to anybody into their face. That's just because, again, of the transparency or the levels of transparency that I insist upon in my own life. If we don't, each and every one of us, live by a particular standard, then how do we expect anybody else to respect us in those same types of standards? You have to set levels for yourself and actually sometimes train those around you to respect you in that space and in that way. It can be complicated, but the more time we take being introspective and learning about who we are, the better we are for everyone else. If you don't love you, how can anybody else love you? I mean, let's keep it a buck. You got to love yourself first. You got to know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, you might want to, handle that before you go out here in public and start, trying to spread your disdain, your hatred, your unsettled spirit among others. Don't bring your trash to the party, baby. The trash is not the party ain't a dump. People come there to enjoy themselves, to love life, to kick it, to hang out with their people. And sometimes, we come in with feeling some kind of way. There are plenty of people around this community who have bipolar, PTSD, especially down here in Texas. We got military folks. We have people who come into this community with addictions. They've kicked addictions. We have people who have been through abuse, domestic violence. The list is long and it goes on. And then you don't know what people are really going through when they're out here on this dance floor, man. You don't know. You don't know what they brought with them. Now, if they're not showing that to you, don't automatically assume that everybody is in the same space, in the same place that you're in. Be happy that that person just wants to dance it out. They want to come into the room, even if they don't do anything but sit in the back of the room and watch everybody else. Let's just respect each other. Let's respect each other's space and their time and their energy. Everybody's journey in this dance started somewhere. I don't care who you are. I don't care how great you think you are. I don't care how bad you think you are. Everybody's journey started somewhere, and I personally take exception to those who treat people in this dance like those people are somehow elite or better than anyone else. Because it ain't too many folks that I can't point at and I can tell you when and where they and who they started with. And I'm saying that to say that we all have our own journey. That's why I have a problem with people when they start, talking about who was where and what was what. Listen, I'm from the city of Chicago, straight off 79th Street. And while I know an awful lot of people in that city, it's a whole lot of folks I don't know. I have met some fantastic, wonderful, wonderful people in this Steppers community that I am thankful for across this entire nation, but especially in my own city. And a lot of people I traveled in the same circles with. I've met a lot of really good people, great people. William Owens, I see you. My man, the collaboration is real, brother. You know, I've met some amazing people in this community. Do y'all understand the level of resources we have in the steppers world? Do y'all even know the professionals, the movers, the shakers, the people that understand money, people who understand finance, people who understand mechanics. We got engineers, we got everything. We have everything in our community. Athletes, you name it, we got it. We are a small microcosm of the rest of the world. We got it all. And we should respect each other in that same way. This is not the old days when everybody in the room was pretty much a street person. And I say that, you know. And I'm saying that because, you know, there's often a division in this community based upon old and new and who was where and what started what and so on. Okay. The truth, there's only one truth. There are no variations of the truth. Okay. And the simple fact is those teenagers who were the pioneers of Steppin back in those days, for the most part, were not people that were in the clubs, were not people that were, you know, all doing all of the same things. But at the end of the day, this is not that community anymore. These are grown folks. The teenagers that were part of this dance, that brought this thing forward from its inception, are now adult grandparents, some great grandparents. There are people who are still here with us, from which we can glean lots of information. Somebody just said we got circuit court judges in the community, we got dentists in the community. Absolutely. And the fact is, we're not those people. Now, some of that stuff may still be in us, but for the most part, we have to remember that there are people from all walks of life that are part of this dance now. One thing that I am very tired of at this point is people finding all of the reasons in the world to create divisions in this dance. Old this, new that, 8 count, original, you know, who did this, who did that. Man, look, all that needs to just stop. It just needs to stop. At some point, things have to be put into perspective. Inside Steppin is specifically for that reason. Now, we're like a dysfunctional family because I tell you what, even though there may be infighting and there may be people around this community who beef with each other, we still, for the most part, stick together. I mean, this community sticks together. If somebody tried to come in here and infiltrate our dance with something else, we're going to be like, we're going to be looking at them sideways. We'll stop fighting each other long enough to fight them. That much I do know. So that's the Chicago way. You know, you come to Chicago talking about, well, I'm from so-and-so. We do it this way. Now, people in Chicago generally don't like each other. But you do that, and the people of Chicago will get together and whoop your ass. That gives them an excuse, and then they'll go back to hating each other after they get done with that. Let me give a shout out to my man Dave Max. He did a live this week that I encourage. It's on our Inside Steppin page, and I encourage a lot of people to take part in and watch, specifically because he made a lot of points and reinforced some of the things that we talk about right here on this show, that in regard to the community and the necessity for certain things to move forward and how that needs to happen. And even within that, took the time to point a finger back even at himself. And I appreciate that. Much respect to Dave Max for that. There are lots of skeletons throughout this entire community. There are people who others tend to. Okay. Can I get to that? You see how the producer lady do me? So anyway, you know, we have to take the time to be more mindful, again, of those around us within the community and those that it doesn't take anything for us to just respect each other. Respect each other's time and space, give a smile, give a handshake, give a hug. I'm going to tell y'all, I get excited when I go to these events and I've always been this way, and it's not a inside stepping thing, but I've always been happy to greet people, especially those that I haven't seen for a while. And you get a chance to kind of fellowship with folks you ain't seen in a minute, man. When we went to Atlanta, man, I was very happy. I saw some people that I hadn't seen in a while. My man, Pretty Ricky, I talked to him, but I hadn't seen him, and I was just glad to see him. Helen, my girl Helen over there, and just a bunch of folks that I haven't seen in a long time, and I was real happy to see him. Miss Carolyn, Dennis Howard Hodges. He said, if you ever need intercessory prayer, Pastor D is part of the community. Absolutely, my man, Pastor D. Dennis Howard Hodges down there out of San Diego, he will put a word in your ear. Trust me. Ask me how I know. My man Lonnie, what's up? There's another Atlanta folks I hadn't seen in a while. I was so happy to see that brother. Me and him had a chance to talk and chop it up. Lonnie Gayton, man, we that's people I used to hang with, back in the day in the A. And it's just so necessary for us to just be more respectful of one another and the community within itself, and try not to find so many reasons to always divide everything, I'm thankful that the community itself is growing, and in the way that it's growing, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a small issue. Hey, Lisa Luckett, I see you, doll. Lisa Luckett got an event coming up this month, y'all. You need to check her out. In December. I want everybody to just sometimes when you go to an event, just stand back and take it in. Just take in the room and just feel where you are in the energy and the people that you're around, and just love that. I want to give a shout out, and I'm thankful for all of the people around the community who are working diligently, like my girl Lisa Luckett and Lonnie and so many others. My man Reggie Miles checking in, who are working to do more to make the community better and stronger, to make sure, Tony Anthony in the building, what's up, Brick, to ensure that the community has growth. This is a niche market. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. For those of you who are just regular sort of consumers of Steppin, let me tell you something. Some of y'all be pocket watching and counting folks' money at these events sometimes. Let me tell y'all something right now. Steppin is still a niche market. There is no real money in this. When you see these people promote these events, in fact, there's only a couple of events out of all the events you see throughout the entire year. There's only a couple of events where people actually probably make a profit. When you see people doing this stuff, the Reggie Miles and the Brian Forbes doing these shows, Sam Long and Tika and all these other folks, we ain't making enough money doing this to do nothing with. Excuse me. This is out of love. The DJs, let me tell y'all something. These DJs ain't making all that money. If you think these DJs is getting paid big bucks to do these sets, man, let me tell you something. It ain't happening. I want y'all to realize that a DJ, a real DJ, can get hired to do a corporate event. Corporate events pay money. They'll call a DJ, their prices start at $1,000 coming in the door. All I'm saying is we have DJs that literally could go somewhere else and do something else. Most of the people that you see doing stuff in this community that's actually doing stuff, baby, it's love. It is love. I'm telling you. Y'all need to understand that. So the fact is this. Just respect those people. I try as hard as I can to show respect and love to the people who come and they put in the work to make these events possible, to make these parties possible. And I'm talking about even all the way down to the local sets. Baby, they're not getting paid like that. Not for some of the headaches that come about in these events. My man Dark Kim in the building, Dark Kim Productions LLC, all about love. There's one right there. One of a great promoter out of Chicago. When you know, you know. This is love, man. So what we want is for the community at large to love one another and love what's being done the same way we love doing it. We all got that. We all need each other. It's just no getting around that. I'm not gonna keep y'all tonight. I've already gone 36 minutes. So, and there's a lot of things that I probably haven't said that I need to say, that I want to say, but I haven't. But the fact of the matter is, I just want to use this show to give my thanks. I want to thank all of the people who have donated to Inside Steppin to help to keep this thing alive, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, this is not a cheap hobby, because it is a hobby, and until I'm seeing some real money out of it, only time you change from hobby to professional is when you getting paid, you dig? And it's not cheap. But I want to thank those who care enough to try and help make sure that we continue down the path of growth for this dance and this community and this culture. I want to thank all of those who have purchased Inside Steppin paraphernalia over the year. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As a matter of fact, not only over the year, ever. I appreciate y'all, man. None of this has to be, but it is, because we all share a common love. We share a common bond. And as long as we continue to do that, we owe each other the love and the grace that we can all give to one another as we move about within this community. You know, we all can do something for each other, man, and we need to do that. You know, it's a beautiful thing when we can show up places, man. I tell you what, there are times when I'm sitting at my table when I'm doing shows at these events, and y'all got to remember, I see everything. I get to see it all. I got cameras all over the place. I got cameras in places you don't even know they are. You don't even know they're there until after you watch the show later on. And I see stuff. I hear stuff. But what I hear and see the most are the smiles, the greetings, the love, the hugs, the dances, the energy. I get to watch all of that. I get a front row seat to all of that. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I want to tell all y'all, keep up the great work. Keep loving on each other, man. The rest of y'all, you ain't got love in your heart, find it. And if you can't find it, stay at home. Get you a mirror. Turn yourself toward it. Start asking yourself some questions. Love on you first. Then you can love on the rest of us, and we can love on you back. For sure, William Owens said, bring a couple of these hoodies to Clarksville, Tennessee, which right quick, let me speak on that right fast. Y'all, New Year's Eve, we will be in Clarksville, Tennessee with the Clarks Vegas Steppers. New Year's Eve, y'all. Josiah Burt, myself, DJ Pony Mac will be in the building on the ones and twos. Matter of fact, me and Pony Mac will be playing that one. Lady Lenora got a workshop. Greg Dixon coming out of Tennessee got a workshop. And Josiah Burt will be doing a workshop. We're going to be at Valor Hall. That's the conference center that's right in Oak Grove, Kentucky, which is right just a few minutes away from Clarksville, right across the border. They're right on the Tennessee-Kentucky border. But you flying in Nashville, it's going to be a great deal. Now, the weekend pass is only $45, y'all. The 30th and 31st, and we are going to have a great time out with the old and with the new. If you want any the details in regard to hotels and all that kind of stuff, you can check on Inside Steppin page. We'll have all that information up there, or you can get with Josiah Burt, and he will be happy to give you all of that info. Also, of course, coming up in February, we will be at the Heritage Ball, y'all. GDI, Good Deeds International's Heritage Ball, first one since the pandemic. and it is sure to be an excellent event. We will be broadcasting live from the Heritage Ball, so y'all get ready for that. It is going to be a gala event, and I look forward to covering that one. Now, in the meantime, y'all, December 2nd, let me read this thing. My girl Angie Fain, because you know she got the Jewels and Gents event too, but Angie Fain is going to be doing her Christmas sneaker ball and fundraiser. And that's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona at the Hilton Inn University Conference Center. $25 with a donation, $35 without. And the donation, y'all bring sneakers because they're trying to put shoes on these kids' feet for Christmas. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm sorry. Anyway, and then you have, of course, her Jewels and Gents event, which is April 19th through the 21st of 2024, 6th annual. I look forward to that, and I host a pool party, so y'all get ready for that. Get that summer body ready because it's going down. Y'all got a couple of months to trim it down just a little bit. You dig? So get ready for that. Let me see. Val Wells, the hotel is for the Clarksville event. The hotel, doggone it. The airport is in Nashville. However, transportation will be provided from Nashville into Clarksville. So just get ready. All you got to do is let me know, and we will make it happen. We'll make it happen, Captain. Let me see. I don't think I have any other events to cover not right now. It's so much stuff that goes on. Like I said, I encourage y'all to hit the third weekend in Houston. It's always a good time. Don't forget first weekends in Atlanta, first Friday, Chicken Wang and them. It's always a good thing. Vonda, I look forward to seeing you too. I always like to see Vonda. Vonda's cool. But this is a show about thanks. Chalk James in the building. Okay, Chalk, you going through, my man. Chalk James going to the sneaker ball. Very good. Oh, you having a sneakers ball? Wait a minute. Angie Fan will have a sneakers ball as well next month. Yeah, Chalk, that's what I was talking about. You must have just came in here. You late, man. Yeah. So y'all check out my girl Angie Fain over there, December 2nd. Phoenix, Arizona, sneaker fundraiser. Check it out. All right, so like I said, I ain't gonna keep y'all tonight. I think I pretty much covered, all the stuff I really wanted to cover. I just want to really, this is a show of appreciation. This is a show of thanks. This is my Thanksgiving to you. Normally, I don't call it Thanksgiving. I call it Indigenous Peoples Genocide Day, but that's a little dark. Sorry, but I just wanted to stop for a minute, get off the subject matter, get off the topics, and just say thank you, man, to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. It has been a journey for me. I've learned a lot, and I've had to work toward becoming a better person, and that's all because of you, and I don't mind saying that, I'm a work in progress, and we all could use a little help, a little more congeniality, a little more integrity, a little more truth, a little more transparency, a little more love, and we'd be so much better with each other. So I'm not going to keep going. I'm going to stop here. I want everybody to have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Turkey Day. Don't be burning no turkey. And let me tell y'all something now. I'm telling y'all now. Don't be putting them ugly plates of food on, on Facebook. I'm joking. I don't care. Anyway, that's right, Reggie Miles. Reggie Miles say, me too. I'm working on me. That's right, man. We got to, Reggie. We got to. We have to, man. We got to work on us. I just wish everybody would do that. I just was telling somebody today on a Facebook post that this one mistake that we all make as human beings, I think I've stopped doing this, but I used to do it. We want everybody to think the way we do, behave the way we do, and move the way we do. But the fact is, we're not all in the same place. Everyone hasn't had our experiences, our exposures, and do not necessarily understand how we think. I was just telling a very good friend of mine that while they may not feel that they've accomplished the things that they want to accomplish, you have to be grateful for what you have. You have to take account of what you have and understand that there are many who don't have that. There are those who have more than others that are not satisfied with what they already have. There are those who don't have much and they're satisfied with what they don't have. There's something to be said for either one. But I think that we should take into account where we could be. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. And those are words that everybody should hold on to at some point. Everybody is not mature. Everybody is not in a place sometimes to receive good information for themselves that would benefit them. Their mind just doesn't function that way. And we should not force them to be us. Be who you're going to be. Let them be who they are. Understand who they are. And let them live. The better we understand people, the less we judge, and the less time we take in our frustration to try and understand why they are not us. They can't be us. They can only be who they are. And that switch, for whatever it is you're trying to get them to understand, has not yet flipped. Let them live. It's hard. Reggie Miles, my man, he said, coming out of this grief has been a chore. I'm thinking positive about where I am and praying for others to be lifted out of whatever they are in. Thank you, Reggie Miles. We appreciate that. Thank you. And that's what I'm talking about right there. My man, Kenneth Wynn saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Absolutely. I had a young lady tell me one day she was a rather rambunctious young woman, not quite yet into her entrepreneurial journey. And she told me one day, she says, I am so glad that I met you and Poppy when I did. She said, because I'm able to learn from you. She said, if I had met you a year ago, I would not have been able to receive the blessing that we've been to her. So sometimes you just gotta wait on people. You give them what you can. Some of them gonna take it and some of them ain't. But it's okay. Do what you can. And as long as you've done your part, then you have no reason not to believe that everything won't be okay. Sometimes it take a while for stuff to catch on. You know, sometimes you talk to people and you say stuff to them and it doesn't register till later. But it's okay because you planted that seed. Plant seeds, y'all. Sow a seed, as they say. But be careful not to cast your pearls before swine. Pastor D. My man. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on tonight. I want to thank you for this year. I want to thank you for just being who you are, because without y'all, we are nothing. And everybody in their individual person and whoever you are, hey, Avis Tucker, that's my girl right there. Whoever you are, it's okay. We love you right where you at. Let people live, y'all. With that, I'm going to give you my quote, and I'm gone. Everybody have yourselves a great night. Never measure an event by the quantity of people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its host, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.